Hello, friends. So today we are going to talk about one stock which has been requested by most of the investor, and that is nothing but JSW Infra. JSW Infra, it's been listed almost few months ago only, and it has done very well. Now, from here, what is the status of JSW Infra? Shall we buy this stock? How is the future prospect? And also, we'll talk about the fundamental analysis of the JSW Infra. So, this stock is been asked by investors like Sarosh Dastur, Mahesh Panchal, Lalit Baid, Abhar Chaudhary, and Kunjojit Kabar. They want to know whether they should invest and they should go long for this stock or not. So let us talk about this stock in detail. Guys, before I go, guys, if you are liking our videos, every day we are bringing videos on various stocks and talking about the stock analysis. So do like, share our videos and do subscribe to our channel. And if you want any stock to be analyzed, put it in the comment box. We'll try to cover next time. So let us talk about JSW Infra first. So talking about JSW Infra, let us talk about that about the stock, what the stock is doing. So talking about, let me open the screener. So if we talk about JSW Infra, so guys, JSW Infra, if you see the day it is listed, it has done very well. See, it is listed on 3rd October and it has done very well. It has gone up to almost 240, almost gone up to 262, and now it is around 240 rupees. So from 150 cent to almost 240 rupees, more than you can say that 30 to 40% jump is there in this stock. And this stock is been doing well over the time. Why? Because the future prospects looks robust and all that. So let us talk about that this stock in detail. So let us talk about the fundamentals and everything, and also we'll compare with, you can say, Adani Port, which is the leader in port. JSW Infra is a leading, is incorporated in 2006. So it provides maritime related sites, including cargo handling, storage solution, logistic. Again, JSW Infrastructure is a part of a JSW group, and it's a second largest commercial port operator in India. Guys, it is handling around 170 metric ton overall. However, if you talk about Adani Port, it is almost 520, almost 548. So almost you can say three times Adani Port is handling. But yes, it is the second largest port and it is one of the fastest growing port. Now, let us talk about that in detail. So when we talk about port. So guys, you know that in India, port plays a big role. Now, India, you know that economy is doing well. Last GDP growth, it was around 8.4. Now, currently, India is around $3.7 trillion economy. By 2028, it may be around 5.9. And by 30, it will be a 7.3 million, trillion dollar economy. So it will be the third largest economy in the world. Okay, and the government expenditure is going up only on the top. If you talk about infra capital expenditure from financial year 15 it was $2 trillion. It has gone to almost $7 trillion by 23. In 24, it will be $10 trillion, and again in next year by it will be around 11 trillion. So they are increasing their infra expenditure. Again, national infrastructure pipeline, $1.1 trillion. Bharat Mala, 65,000 km highway connecting 500 district. Sagarmala, where even these ports are getting benefit, is almost USD 100 billion plus. So this is what they are actually planning, and that is what is helping all these port companies also. So talking about JSW Infra only, it is having across almost, you can say, India, the network. So almost 170 MTPA. This is what the operational capacity of basically JSW Infra. Again, what are the main ports? If you talk about various main ports and all that, these are all power, cement, coal. Again, you can see it's a collaboration of operation, ports, terminal, JSW group in customers, iron ore, mining, power, and discrete. So, which are the ports? Ports are like Enroll Coal Terminal, Enroll Bulk Terminal. Okay, and these are the various ports which you can see here. Again, they have a ports in UAE also, like in Fujairah. So basically, they have two dry port terminal in Fujairah. And again, they have a strategic presence in West and East Coast India. Diversified presence is a good connectivity across the industrial reach belts. So basically, you can see they have a complete collaboration of various, you can say, networks, and also they have a very good network across India. Also, they started in UAE also. Now, when we talk about Indian port sector, which is having a strong fundamental, there are almost 75,000 km coastline and 5,000 km navigable waterways. Again, maritime routes contributes 95% of India's trade volume. India has 12 major and 200 plus non-major ports, which is around capacity of 2,600 MTPA. Now, this 2,600 MTPA will be by 2047, it will be 10,000. Now, this is where the big growth is coming. Now, this big growth is actually, helping this port industry. And that is why, you see, if India is going to grow from fifth largest economy to third largest economy, major contribution for import and export is been done by these ports only. And that is where these ports will have a much better benefit and much more better fundamental outlook also. And that is where JSW Infra will be, beneficial part. Again, if you talk about basically opportunity, there's a huge opportunity for Pine India. Private terminal operator, total capacity 12 major ports is almost 15334 MTPA. Now, this is what the capacity is there for the private players also. Talking about JSW Infra, it's the second largest private port operator, almost 170 NTPA. Again, it has a basically located asset across well-equipped port terminals and multi-modal evacuation channels also. Again, they have a, as the India is growing, this is going to get benefit. Again, growth strategy of low-cost brownfield expansion, developing high-margin refill ports with basically a good cargo and benefits government privatization drive. Now, this is where the JSW Infra will be benefited. Again, they have a track record of robust operational and financial metrics, one of the best balance sheet to serve valuable, accretive, organic and inorganic growth. They have a very good balance sheet, better than you can see that Adani Port also, that we are going to talk about. Also, when we talk about what are the various growth drivers, key challenges, and new trends and investment themes for JSW Infra, guys, like this is one type of SWOT analysis. So, if you talk about growth drivers, there is a growth strong anchor demand from JSW sister concern. So, वहां से basically from JSW only they are getting a bigger growth. Ample scope of increased capacity utilization by adding new service and higher third-party volumes, thrust on manufacturing, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and PLI schemes. Again, what are the key challenges? Competitors from the bigger port operator, that is nothing but Adani Port, changes in government regulation and restrictions, slowdown in global economy. That we are going to talk in detail. Again, what are the new trends? New trends, adoption of landlord model by government provides a lucrative opportunity to operate terminals and port with minimum capex. So this is where with the minimum capex also JSW Infra can do good things. Again, Sagarmala program includes 800 projects at an estimated cost of 5.48 trillion by 2030. Sagarmala project, this is what the Indian government is focusing. That will give you a big opportunity. Investment themes, if you talk about, there is a high growth potential of becoming a new manufacturing hub with because of China plus one policy, high entry barriers and limited peers and favorable government policies. Now let us do one type of, you can say that what are the scores and what are the key risks for this JSW Infra when we talk about various criteria about management, industry consideration, like one type of, you can say, no, you can say micropotence analysis. So talking about management quality, the management quality is very high for this JSW Infra, so which is very good for the company. Promoter holding page, now this is where you have to take care because promoter has placed shares in subsidiary like almost 74 to 100% in few ports. This is what you have to keep in mind. Board of director profile have a good experience and significant experience in the relative sectors and area. Now, when we talk about industry growth is lucrative with India's strategic position in world after China. And again, you can see that Atmanirbhar Bharat and various growths is available in the sports sector, regulatory environment and risk. Yes, there is a this is very regulated sector because no, at the end of the day, no, this is a big chunk of, you can say, import and export happening from this sector. So any decision for regulatory authority may impact the performance. Again, entry barrier competition is very low. See guys, it's a highly capital intensive business and very few companies can get enter into it, and that is where the JSW will have a benefit. Again, when you talk about business prospects, new business, of course, they are going to participate with various bidding, and no, they are going to acquire some of the ports also. Business diversification, they are having a 50-50 towards no own operated ports and terminals, and they are going to foray into CFS and ICD business also. Market share potential, it is the fastest growing port company and second largest commercial port operator after Adani Port. You know that margin expansion potential, yes, they are having a big margin expansion potential because they are bringing two new greenfield ports along with repayment of debt and possible government reforms. Earning growth, again, that is also good. Rise in profitably along with strong business expected to bring accelerated earnings. And that is that the earning growth is also there. Now, when we talk about balance sheet strength, this company is having a very good balance sheet. Company will replace debt with a stable debt equity ratio. Again, debt profile, the company's net debt equity reduced from 1.3 from financial year 21 to almost zero point 0.6 in 23. So that is also a good point. Free cash flow generation. Company has been able to generate positive cash flow owing to lower capex and higher OCF. So that is also good. Dividend policy, it is expected they will pay a 10% dividend initially and increase to 15%. So overall, if you talk about the total score is 118, which is 86%, and that is overall it is quite good. It's a low risk based company. So as a investor also, if you are thinking of investment, this is good for you. So when we talk about what are the various risk factors before we go to the valuation part and everything, one of the major part is that if there is a slowdown in domestic and global trade due to any geopolitical disruption, it will affect the company's port operations. Again, companies realize sustainable ports from its revenue from its top five customer, two of which is related party. Yani, they have a focus on first five customers. So that is also one of a problem. One of is Adani, JSW Group only. The port industry is highly regulated, so any change in policy will impact their business. Again, the promoter has pledged 74 to almost 100% in some of the subsidiaries. That is what you have to keep in mind. Almost 66% of business in volumes is coming from JSW Group customers. So, agar JSW Group is going for a slowdown, then there will be a loss of business. Natural disaster like cyclones, tsunami can play a big role. You know, lot of type like no in Kandla also there was earlier tsunami. So this tsunami and storm may impact their business also. So this is all I was talking about the, you can say that company. Now let us talk about the peers comparison. So talking about the peers comparison, guys, let us compare with Adani. Adani, you can say that it is having a almost 580 MPTA capacity. Sorry, NTPA capacity. However, this is having 170, so it's almost one third of Adani port. Now, if you talk on market cap, it is almost 50,000 crores. However, Adani port is almost 2,80,000 crores. When we talk about the P ratio, it is having almost double the P ratio of Adani port. I am not comparing with Gujarat PPA port. Let us compare with Adani port. ROE is almost very good, 20.41. Even ROC is 16.7, very good. However, Adani Port is almost 14 and 9 respectively. But however, when we talk about ROA, yes, ROE is also good compared to the Adani Port. When we talk about EV by EBITDA, now this is where it is almost 27 times EV by EBITDA compared to almost, you can say, 19.78 times against the Adani Port. Now this is where the valuation is going on a higher side. But when we talk about sales growth this year, it is almost 40%. Again, last 3 years is 40%, and profit growth is almost 60% in last 3 years, which is much, much better than Adani Port. And that's why it has been said that this is one of the fastest growing infra company. Now, after saying this, you may say, but Tapan, what do you think about this current valuation? Whether at this price, which is almost 238, everything is priced in or not? Now let us talk about that thing in detail. So talking about that thing, guys, you can one thing is for sure, this company is doing well. But when we talk about the future projections and all that, if you think that okay, this company will grow by almost 21%, around 20 to 21% from here, okay, and that is the revenue growth. Even EV by EBITDA, no, that goes up by almost, you can say, 25 to 30% up around. Then also at this level, the things are much more in, you can say that you can get a decent return from here also, because the main thing is the strength is good, their model is good. Again, they are very well placed in this port segment where they are number two, and they are doing very fast, because see, now between the first and the second position there is a big gap. So if they are able to grow fast from here, and if they are able to capture the market, I think things will be much, much better from here also. So as a investor, what you can do as a investor, guys, if you're already invested, stay invested, not a problem. I know from IPO price, it has already gone up by 40 to 50%. But yes, the things are looking good for JSW Infra. And also for the future prospects also, if India is going to grow, I think port business is going to grow. So I don't think any problem with this. Yes, valuation wise, abhi thoda already बढ़ चुका है, but things are looking okay at this level. But before you invest, guys, as I always used to say, ask your financial advisor. This is just for the educational purpose, and then only invest. And guys, if you like this video, guys, do like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel, and put it in the comment box if you want any other stock to be analyzed from our side. So hope you are liking our videos, and I'll see you soon in the next video. See you then. Bye bye.